Video games have been happening all year, so how can you tell which are the good ones? Well, luckily, Jeff Keighley has put on an event that will tell you which are the good ones, called the Game Awards, and they have just announced all the nominations for their categories. And since I am a gamer, I felt I should give my opinion on what should and should not win the Game Awards. So this year, the Game Awards has 30 categories, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to be covering 28 of them. That reason being is one of them is Player's Voice, which is a big category that gets voted on within like the last couple days before the actual event. So the nominations for that aren't out. And also, there's going to be like 20 of them, and a lot of them are just going to be ones that I will talk about regardless, because that's the ones that are popular. And also, I'm going to merge Best Game Direction and Game of the Year into a single category because they both share the same nominations, and also Best Game Direction usually is runner-up to Game of the Year. Whoever wins Best Game Direction typically is second best Game of the Year. That's how it works. Also, I will be giving everything 2 awards. What I think will win, and what I would want to win. / I think should win. But let's start from bottom up. Best Esports Team. Nominees are Bilibili Gaming in League of Legends, Gen G, League of Legends, Na'Vi, Counter-Strike, T1, League of Legends, Team Liquid, Dota 2. I don't know these people. I don't follow any of these games. Who do I think will win? Let's say Bilibili. Who do I think should win? Let's say T1. Why not? I don't know these people. Best Esports Athlete. The nominees are Netta Shapira, aka 33 for Dota 2, Alexei Virolainen, aka Alex Sib for Counter-Strike, Jong Ji-hoon, aka Chovy for League of Legends, Lee Sang-hyuk, aka Faker for League of Legends, Matthew Herbout, aka Zai Wu for Counter-Strike, and Zheng Yongkang, aka ZMJJKK for Valorant. Now, I didn't know the groups of these people, so I don't know the fucking individuals, so I'm gonna say who should win is Faker, because I've heard of him before, and probably will. Why not? He gets both awards. I don't care. Best Esports Game. The nominees being Counter-Strike 2 by Valve, Dota 2 by Valve, League of Legends by Riot Games, Mobile Legends Bang Bang by Moonton, and Valorant by Riot Games. I mean, at least I know these games. I still don't follow them. I'm gonna say League of Legends because the image they have on the website has a Lowy on it, so that means they get my vote. What I think will win? Probably still League. League has won like this more often than not, I'm pretty sure. This is kind of a moot category. Content Creator of the Year. The nominees are KSO, Illawan, Techo Gamers, Typical Gamer, and Usada Pecora. They are just making up people at this point. I've heard of 2 of these people, and Pecora should win. They can have 2 VTubers win back to back. 3 of these guys are the same guy, and one of them, I've seen that Kieso guy, I think, but that's about it. So he can get second place, and Pecora can win. Most Anticipated Game, the nominees being Death Stranding 2 On the Beach by Kojima Productions, Ghost of Yote by Sucker Punch Productions, Grand Theft Auto 6 by Rockstar Games, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond by Retro Studios, and Monster Hunter Wilds by Capcom. So this is one of the more bullshit categories because there's nothing to really compare with them. It's just which one is the most exciting. The one that's gonna win is GTA 6. Like, that's not a question. Which am I most excited for? I would probably say Ghost of Yote, even though I didn't beat Ghost of Tsushima. But the time I spent in that game, I thoroughly enjoyed. So another one is sick. But I'll probably play GTA 6 when it comes out. Maybe after a little while when it gets a little cheaper. Best Adaptation. Arcane. Fallout. Knuckles. Like a Dragon, Yakuza. Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft. No, I've only seen one of them, which is Arcane. And I'm not even fully up to date on the newest episodes. There's still like a couple I haven't seen. Of the other ones, I heard Fallout's really good, so that one might actually win. Knuckles, I heard, was not very good. I also heard the same about Like a Dragon. It does have Kamen Rider Drive as Kiryu though, and I forgot they made a Tomb Raider animated series. But now I think about it, I did see some clips. It might be fine. It's not interesting. I'm gonna say Arcane or Fallout. Those get the 2 awards. I'll say Fallout will win. I want Arcane to win just because that's the one I saw. Update from later. Since the last recording this, the rest of Arcane has come out, and I have watched it. It is quite good, and it should win. Best Multiplayer. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 by Treyarch and Raven Software. Helldivers 2 by Arrowhead Game Studios. Super Mario Jamboree by Nintendo Cube. Tekken 8 by Bandai Namco. And Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 by Saber Interactive. Everyone was really into Helldivers, so I think that might win. Of these, I've only played one of them. Like, I could play Black Ops 6, but even then I would not play the, multiplayer aspect. I would play zombies, and that would pretty much just be it. I play Tekken 8, I'm not a Tekken fan, but we'll get back to them, because there's a category coming up that I have some authority in. Warhammer Space Marine 2 is an interesting one, because I think it's just co-op, which is an interesting pick, but I guess that did happen a couple years back with It Takes Two. Yeah, I'm gonna say Helldivers is gonna win. Who do I want to win? The issue is the ones that I don't care about is putting the who I want. I'm gonna just put it on, let's say Warhammer, because I think that would be more interesting of a multiplayer win. Best Sports Racing Game. F1 24 by Codemasters. EA Sports FC 25 by EA Vancouver and EA Romania. NBA 2K25 by Visual Concepts. Topspin 2K25 by Hangar 13. And WWE 2K24 by Visual Concepts. I mean, I'd want the wrestling one to win, just because wrestling is the coolest one. I didn't even know they still made tennis games. I thoroughly don't care about this category. Most people don't. Remember that year that it got interrupted because they got interrupted so they could do an MK11 trailer? That was fun. What will win? I don't know, I'll give it to FIFA, even though it's not called FIFA anymore. Best Sim Strategy Game. The Age of Mythology Retold by World's Edge and Forgotten Empires. Frostpunk 2 by 11-Bit Studios. Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess by Capcom. Manor Lords by Slavic Magic and Hooded Horse. Unicorn Overlord by Vanillaware. Now, I don't play these types of games, but at least I'm familiar with 2 of them, because they showed up in things. Unicorn Overlord definitely seemed pretty cool. I don't know how good it is. Kunitsugami, I heard, is actually a pretty cool game. It's a little weird, but pretty cool. I did do some due diligence and look at the Steam pages of games that I had no clue about, like Manor Lords. That game seems kind of neat, not a game I want to play. What do I think will win? Probably Frostpunk. I heard that. I feel like I've heard that one is pretty cool. What I would want to win? Probably Kunitsugami, just because, I don't know, Capcom fan, I guess. Age of Mythology probably should not win because it's a remake. Best Family Game. The nominees being Astrobot by Team Asobi. Princess Peach Showtime by Goodfeel. Super Mario Jamboree by Nintendo Cube. The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom by Grezzo. And The Plucky Squire by All Possible Futures. Now, this is always a weird category because it's just, I assume they mean best family as in it's appropriate for anyone in the family. But whenever I think of best family, it's a game that the whole family can play, which usually means multiplayer. So in that sense, I think Super Mario Party should win. That's best family game because the family can play it. They'll kill each other, but that's the one the family will play. I think this will go to Astrobot because it can at least get this alongside it, because I don't think it will win some of its other nominations. But this one I think it might have in the bag. Best Fighting Game. Nominees being Dragon Ball Sparking Zero by Spike Chunsoft. Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising by Arc System Works. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics by Capcom. Multiverses by Player First Games, and Tekken by Bandai Namco. So Multiverses shouldn't be here. It is absurd that it won the year it did, because it didn't come out and then it stole a bunch of money and then came back much worse. Maybe the game's better now, but it has soured everyone so much that it shouldn't be here. As much as I love Marvel vs. Capcom, and that has two of the best fighting games of all time in it, it definitely doesn't feel fair that that a collection of Marvel vs. Capcom games is nominated here. I do like that it's there though. And Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, it's an arena fighter, it's not a real fighting game. This is where I get to be snobby about fighting games. So the real fight is between Tekken 8 and Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising, which is, the answer's pretty clear. I want Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising to win, Tekken 8 will win. Pretty simple. Best RPG. Nominees being Dragon's Dogma 2 by Capcom, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree by From Software, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth by Square Enix, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth by Ryuga Gotoku Studio, and Metaphor Refantagio by Studio Zero. So this is the first appearance of something that required a statement, which was they're like, DLCs and expansions are valid choices, which literally all that meant was we want to nominate Elden Ring again for a lot of things, which is just annoying. Just have a best DLC category. I'm pretty sure you did at some point. Just bring it back, because I think it's stupid. Also, I don't know how much Elden Ring counts as an RPG. How much do Souls games count as RPGs? Same with Dragon's Dogma. Maybe it's because it's an action RPG, but that could also be said for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. What do I think will win? What do I think should win? What do I think will win? I think Metaphor Refantagio will win. I think it also should. I would love if Final Fantasy VII or Like a Dragon would win. I think Metaphor will win though. Best Action Adventure. Nominees being Astrobot by Team Asobi, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crime by Ubisoft Montpellier, Silent Hill 2 by Bloober Team, Star Wars Outlaws by Massive Entertainment, and The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom by Grezzo. This is one of the stupid categories because action adventure doesn't mean anything, so you end up with just absolute no consistency among things. Like, why is Silent Hill 2 here? It should be in a horror category. Why isn't there a best horror game? There have been several horror games that came out this year. Should nominate a couple of them. People won't shut up about mouthwashing. What do I think will win? Maybe Silent Hill 2, just to get it out there. I do not see Star Wars Outlaws winning a single thing. It is going to be the Spider-Man of this year, because Spider-Man never wins. It gets nominated for everything and doesn't win anything, though I don't think it's got nominated for a ton of things. Prince of Persia does look cool though. It'd be neat at that one. I think that should win. Let's say I think Prince of Persia should win. I think Silent Hill 2 will win. Best Action Game. Nominees being Black Myth Wukong by Game Science, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 by Treyarch and Raven Software, Helldivers 2 by Arrowhead Game Studios, Stellar Blade by Shift Up, and Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 by Saber Interactive. It'll probably go to Wukong here. I haven't played Wukong and Stellar Blade, and those two seem like the most standard action games. It all feels weird to put shooters in an action game. Space Marine seems like it could be a pretty fun action game. You do have a chainsaw sword, but I heard Stellar Blade is essentially Nier Automata with a worse story but better gameplay. That was how it was described. Wukong looks cool. It'll probably win. What do I think should win? Wukong or Stellar Blade? So let's put on Stellar Blade. Best VR/AR game. The nominees being Arizona Sunshine Remake by Vertigo Games, Asgard's Wrath 2 by Sounds Outer Games, Batman Arkham Shadow by Camouflage, Metal Hellsinger VR by Lab 42, and Metro Awakening by Vertigo Games. I do not have a VR headset, so I have not played any VR games. So the only one here I have played was Metal Hellsinger, because it wasn't originally a VR game. So I'm gonna say that should win, because it was a kind of cool game. What I think will win? I don't know, probably Batman. Who knows? They were advertising that Asgard's Wrath 2 last year, I think, so maybe that. Best Mobile Game. Nominees being AFK Journey by Firelight and Lilith Games, Balatro by Local Thunk and Playstack, Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket by Creatures Inc., Wuthering Waves by Kuro Games, and Zenless Zone Zero by Hoyoverse. The only one I don't recognize here is Wuthering Waves, so I looked it up. It is a gacha action RPG on your phone. I don't really know what AFK Journey is, but I have heard of it. Pokemon TCG seems fun. Zenless Zone Zero definitely blew up a lot. I think Balatro is going to win this, because it seemingly just kind of blew up and took over everyone's lives for a little bit. I haven't played it yet. I do think I should pick it up. It might sink its teeth into me though. I feel like I'm susceptible to cool roguelikes. So I think that, or Zenless Zone Zero will win. Both, let's just put the things on them. I'll say Zenless Zone Zero will win. Balatro should win. I don't really care that much. I think Balatro is going to win though. Let's just put it on both on Balatro. Best Debut Indie Game. Nominees are Animal Well by Shared Memory and Big Mode, Balatro by Local Thunk and Playstack, Manor Lords by Slavic Magic and Hooted Horse, Pacific Drive by Ironwood Studios and Kepler Interactive, and The Plucky Squire by All Possible Futures. So I was unfamiliar with at least 3 of these games going into them. I remember seeing The Plucky Squire. It seems fun enough. It's neat. It's got a cool art style and going between the storybook and the real world. It's very nice. Balatro we just talked about. Manor Lords we talked about. Animal Well seems like a pretty cool Metroidvania style game. Pacific Drive, especially from the image they have here, I couldn't tell what the hell it is. I thought it was some kind of pretentious art game. Went in, no, you drive around the apocalypse and you upgrade your car. It actually looks kind of sick. So what do I think will win? I think Balatro will win. I'm going to say Pacific Drive should win. I haven't played it. I just think that trailer just really sold me, and like that looked like a cool game. Best Independent Game. The nominees are Animal Well by Shared Memory and Big Mode, Balatro by Local Thunk and Playstack, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes by Simogo, Neva by Nomada Studio, and UFO 50 by Mossmith. So it'd probably be Balatro, especially if they don't win Best Debut. And if they do, it's slightly less likely. Maybe Animal Well? I don't know, it's hard to say, because if you win Best Debut, it makes sense you would win Best Indie, right? Now, I haven't played any of these games. I definitely want to play Lorelei and the Laser Eyes because it looks cool, but it's a puzzle game, so I'm not really looking into anything about it. Neva, I have a friend that played Grease, the previous game by this studio, and he said it was very good, but he's also not a reliable source of opinions. And UFO 50, I looked at what that is. That is just a bunch of micro games, so it just feels real weird to nominate that. It just seems like a weird game and not a game that compels me. It's probably super neat. I'm going to say Balatro or Lorelei and the Laser Eyes are going to win. Or Neva. Let's say Neva's going to win, Balatro should win. Why not? Put those down. Best Community Support. Nominees are Baldur's Gate 3 by Larian, Final Fantasy XIV by Square Enix, Fortnite by Epic Games, Helldivers 2 by Arrowhead Game Studios, and No Man's Sky by Hello Games. I mean, this is going to be the CM nominations for a while. I think Helldivers should win it because they managed to bully Sony off their bullshit. That was some good community support. What will win it? I don't know. Baldur's Gate 3 probably, because it might be still riding the high of its victory last year. I need to get back to playing that, but I am too busy doing other bullshit, like making videos like this. Best Ongoing Game. The nominees are Destiny 2 by Bungie, Diablo 4 by Blizzard, Final Fantasy XIV by Square Enix, Fortnite by Epic Games, and Helldivers 2 by Arrowhead Game Studios. Best Ongoing, either Helldivers or FF14, I'm gonna say. Maybe Fortnite. I'm gonna say it should be Helldivers, and it will be FF14. That's my guess. Should probably get back to FF14. It's been a minute. Games for Impact. The nominees are Closer the Distance by Osmatic Studios and Skybound Games, Indica by Odd Meter and 11-Bit Studios, Neva by Nomada Studio, Life is Strange Double Exposure by Deck 9, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 by Ninja Theory, and Tales of Kenzara Zao by Surgeon Studios. So the issue I always have with games for Impact is that they are all kind of trying to do some bullshit and then they kind of forget that they're games. So I haven't played any of these, but of those, I have a beef with Life is Strange, so I hate looking at it, so I don't want it to be there. And of the ones that I had to look up, Close of the Distance seems like kind of the artsy bullshit kind of game that gets here. Indica looked like a cool, weird video game though, so I wouldn't mind that winning, because that looks weird and cool. You're like a nun, and you have to work with the devil. It's neat. Tales of Kenzara, they showed a bit last year, and it looks like a cool Metroidvania. And Hellblade 2, I heard it wasn't as good as Hellblade 1, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I think, what will win? I don't know what the fucking thing, I'd say Tales of Kenzara will win, I think Indica should win. Why not? Innovation in accessibility. The nominees are Call of Duty Black Ops 6 by Treyarch and Raven Software, Diablo 4 by Blizzard, Dragon Age The Veilguard by BioWare, Prince of Persia The Lost Crime by Ubisoft Montpellier, and Star Wars Outlaws by Massive Entertainment. Now, as someone who's fairly able-bodied, I don't use accessibility features that much. The only one that I really used was when I was playing through the Spider-Man games there. I had to switch mash QTE to hold QTE just because mashing just made my fingers tired and that kind of hurt. So I don't know what these are. The only one I can think of off the top of my head is I think Prince of Persia added essentially you take a photo of a location, you can like take a screenshot of a location and it shows up on your map, and you can, I don't know if you can fast travel, but it's like you can take a screenshot and it's on your map so you can like go look at the screenshot. So you're like, and it seems like really nice quality of life for Metroidvanias. That's not accessibility, that's just cool quality of life. I'm gonna say that should win. I'm gonna just roll a dice and say Star Wars is gonna win this one. Like, that's their one. Actually, is this the only thing Dragon Age was nominated for? It might win that. Who knows? I'm gonna say Star Wars is gonna win it, and Prince of Persia should. Best Performance, the nominees being Brianna White as Aerith Gainsborough for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hannah Tell as Max Caulfield in Life is Strange Double Exposure, Humberly Gonzalez as Kay Vess in Star Wars Outlaws, Luke Roberts as James Sunderland in Silent Hill 2, and Melina Jurgens as Senua in Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Now, last time she played Senua, she did win the Game Award for it, so she clearly did a good job, even though as far as I worked, she just kind of worked at Ninja Theory and auditioned and she got the part. Of the other ones, I haven't seen a single thing for Star Wars, so I don't know how good she is. I haven't seen a single thing for Silent Hill 2. I don't know how good he is. If this is the same voice actress that was the previous Max, I think I'm just projecting my hatred of Life is Strange onto this, but Aerith is so good in the remakes. Like in Remake and Rebirth, and especially in Rebirth, Aerith is so good, so it should go to Brianna White. Will it? I don't know. I'm just going to put both of them on. I'm going to double down on them. Let's say that. Let's say I want her to win, and I'm going to say, as like a fallback, let's say, Melina Jurgens. She's gonna win again. Best Audio Design. Nominees are Astrobot by Team Asobi, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 by Treyarch and Raven Software, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth by Square Enix, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 by Ninja Theory, and Silent Hill 2 by Bloober Team. So this is kind of the gimme for like horror and horror adjacent games, because sound design is a big part of those. And as far as I'm aware, you kind of had to play the first Hellblade game with headphones on to get the actual experience, because you had to like have the stereo of like the voices talking to you from like behind you. So if they did that again, it should probably go to Hellblade. It might go to Silent Hill. I'm gonna say it should go to Hellblade. We'll go to Silent Hill 2. Let's say that. Best Score and Music. The nominees are Astrobot, composed by Kenneth C.M. Young, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, composed by Masashi Hamauzu, and Mitsuo Suzuki. Metaphor Refantagio, composed by Shoji Meguro. Silent Hill 2, composed by Akira Yamaoka. And Stellar Blade, composed by Hwang Ju-en, Oliver Good, and Keita Inoue. So I'm mostly familiar with 2 of these, and those are the 2 I think should win because I'm familiar with them and I think their music is good, being Metaphor and FF7. Silent Hill 2 is a weird one mostly because it's like, that is music that came out the first time, right? It's just kind of remastered. I have heard Stellar Blade has some killer music, and I've not heard anything from Astrobot. I've seen clips, but I've never actually heard any of like the music or anything. I'm gonna whenever this event happens because they're gonna do the little orchestra. But I'm gonna say FF7 will win. Metaphor, I would like to win. That's mine. Number 1, number 2. Especially because that original song that they have, that the One Earth sings, that they actually played last year at the Game Awards, and is apparently the one piece of original music for the game made by Nobuo Uematsu, is really good. It's a really good song. Best Art Direction. The nominees being Astrobot by Team Asobi, Black Myth Wukong by Game Science, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree by From Software, Metaphor Refantagio by Studio Zero and Atlas, Neva by Nomada Studio. So these are actually all games with very strong visuals. Black Myth Wukong is probably the most like realistic looking thing, but also you're playing as fucking Sun Wukong. So there's stuff. Elden Ring definitely has this art style. Astrobot, everyone's a little robot, it's very cute. Neva looks very pretty. I mean, come on, it should be Metaphor. I think it should be Metaphor. It will be Elden Ring. That's my guess. Best Narrative. Nominees being Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, written by Kazushige Nojima, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, written by Kazunobu Takeuchi, Tsuyoshi Furuta, and Masayoshi Yokoyama, Metaphor Refantagio, written by Yuichiro Tanaka and Katsura Hashino, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, written by Lara Durnham and Tamim Antonides, Silent Hill 2, written by Andrzej Majark. Now, I don't think a game that is a remake should be nominated for Best Narrative. That game was written 20 years ago, perhaps more, whereas the other 3 have new stuff. Even though FF7 is a remake, there's new stupid shit in the FF7 remix, and that pissed a lot of people off. Now, of this, the only one I actually beat is FF7. I haven't beat Metaphor yet. There could be something at the end that either ruins it or blows it out the water. And Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, I mean, the Yakuza games usually have pretty solid narratives for the most part. At least the ones that I played. I played 1, 2, and 3. No, I played 0, 1, and 2. I'm on 3 right now. And Hellblade, again, don't know. I'm gonna say Like a Dragon will win. And FF7 should win. That's where I'm at. And here we are at our final category. Best Game Direction, as well as Game of the Year. The nominees are Astrobot, directed by Nicholas Doucet and developed by Team Asobi. Balatro, unknown director and developed by Local Thunk. Black Myth Wukong, unknown director and developed by Game Science. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, directed by Hidetaka Miyazaki and Yui Tanimura, developed by From Software. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, directed by Naoki Hamaguchi, Otomu Toriyama, and Tetsuya Nomura, and developed by Square Enix. And Metaphor Refantagio, directed by Katsura Hashino, and developed by Studio Zero. So, which is the best game of the year, and really which is the second best game of the year? But you can kind of lure it over the game, like, my game is more well-directed, though. Yours is just overall a better product. Now, what do I think will happen? It is annoying that a DLC got nominated for Game of the Year. It's probably a really big DLC. But I haven't played Elden Ring, because I was going through the FromSoft games, and I didn't like Dark Souls 2 that much, and I also didn't like Bloodborne that much, and then I just kind of fell off. But what do I think will win according to everything? I think the Game of the Year will be, personally, I think between FF7 and Metaphor. That's at least for me. I think FF7 will win Game of the Year. I don't think there's any like big competition against it to win Game of the Year. Like I don't think there's any clear winner Like, that's probably the front runner. And second place, I think will go to Elden Ring. I would like it to go to Metaphor. I would like either of these to go to Metaphor, because I do really like that game. I haven't beat it yet, because I'm doing endgame stuff.
Update from later, I have since beat Metaphor. That game is very, very good, and it does deserve to win Game of the Year.
But I do hope those get respected. It's very nice to see an indie game like Balatro get nominated for Game of the Year. And there we have it. The Games of the Year 2024. Am I right? We will just have to find out on December 12th. Thanks for anyone that stuck through that. If you want to share your opinions, do so in the comments. It'll be back to Death Battle stuff whenever more episodes come out. Alright, see ya.